Messi shines at Inter Miami. There are times a team needs moments of genius from a star man, and there are others when it needs the grit, determination, and steel of team spirit. Inter Miami needed it all to beat Nashville and win the League's Cup on Saturday night, even with a moment of utter brilliance, once again, from Lionel Messi. It was the goalkeeper, Callendar, who was the hero on the night for Miami. He scored what turned out to be the decisive penalty and saved the following spot kick from his opposite number, Elliot Panicco, for a 10-9 victory after the scores ended at 1-1 in 90 minutes. As Panicco lined up to take his spot kick, with a sold-out Geodis Park holding its breath, Messi had stepped out of the huddle with his Miami team on the halfway line. He took a deep breath and looked up to the heavens, expecting to be needed to take his second penalty of the shootout. But Callendar dived left and beat Panicco's effort away. Messi, suddenly, was using the air in his lungs for one final sprint towards his goalkeeper who had helped him crown the most remarkable first month in the United States with Miami's first ever trophy and the 44th of his incredible career, the most of anyone in the game. There were swathes of this final where Miami struggled. They spent large spells under pressure from Nashville and were easily second best before Messi scored an outstanding goal in the 23rd minute. It was Walker Zimmerman, the USA international and Nashville captain, who was made to look a fool by Messi's genius, but frankly, it could have been Sergio Ramos trying to stop him. Still, at 36 years old, the game has no answer when Messi's eyes light up and that breathtaking instinct takes over. Miami had attacked down the left and Robert Taylor's pass was deflected into Messi's path. His first touch was poor, the ball almost squirmed away from him, but it made what followed look even more astounding as he skipped and stretched around Zimmerman before whipping the ball between two on-rushing defenders and into the top corner. His 10th goal in his 7th Miami game and ultimately, his first trophy in the United States, transforming a team that was winless in 11 into League's Cup champions. Miami is a place that likes its stars a certain way, they want to see that extra flair and flamboyance. Messi has delivered that in bundles in his first month in Miami pink. But a word too for the tenacity of midfielder Sergio Busquets in this new-look Miami, especially in the first 15 minutes where Nashville took the game to them. Cruelly, it was Zimmerman who came closest to scoring before Messi's intervention. The USA defender had a header smartly saved by Callendar in the 13th minute, as Nashville looked to be growing in confidence while Miami, at the back at least, started nervously. But the Zimmerman chance seemed to be what Miami needed to be cajoled into life. Robert Taylor, the attacker who has looked to step up alongside Messi and lead this new era in Miami, cut in on his right and whipped a powerful strike toward the far corner that Panicco palmed away. Moments later, Messi showed him how it's done. Nashville's equalizer was the opposite of Messi's stunner, but nobody could have said they didn't see it coming. Miami failed to clear a corner in the 57th minute and Fafa Picalt's header was deflected by Benjamin Cremaschi into goalkeeper Callendar and then over the line. Lionel Messi and Inter Miami won the League's Cup final on penalties in dramatic fashion to hand David Beckham his first trophy as owner. The Geodis Park proved a cauldron of atmosphere for the League's Cup final, and it was a real who's who event. Nashville area's rich with celebrity investors, and they certainly made the most of the occasion. NBA and Milwaukee Bucks player Giannis Antetokounmpo was in the stands, while Reese Witherspoon delivered the match ball pre-kickoff. The spectacle started in a feisty manner with challenges flying in from Nashville, much to Sergio Busquets' disdain. But it was Miami who delivered the first crushing blow with Messi scoring a jaw-dropping goal from the edge of the box in minute 23. Nashville hit back in the second half through a Fafa Picalt header after Miami failed to deal with the corner. This was promptly followed by Messi hitting the post with yet another long-range effort. In the dying seconds, Leonardo Campana agonizingly missed an open goal, meaning the tie to went penalties. Booing isn't totally uncommon in MLS, but, given that the majority of fans attending, Nashville, Miami, or otherwise, were, if we're being brutally honest, there to see Messi, it was a surprise to hear the Miami number 10 booed. Messi was booed in the warm-up, booed while leading his team out onto the pitch, and booed when he first touched the ball after kickoff. This is likely down to fear more than any actual hate for the player. And for good reason, because Messi showed them exactly why they should be petrified 23 minutes later. Nashville made the most of their home advantage and started incredibly aggressively. Busquets was fouled early, Messi took an elbow, and they attacked with real menace. Callendar was called into action a couple of times within the first 20 minutes. The shot-stopper was forced to rush out of his area and head a ball away to prevent a one-on-one opportunity. He then pulled off a solid stop to deny Walker Zimmerman's header from a long throw. The hosts' brilliant start meant they became the first team to stop Miami from scoring in the first 15 minutes when all of Messi, Busquets, and Alba have started. Unfortunately for Nashville, their excellent work was undone on minute 23 by, yes you guessed it, Messi. Showing the cute dribbling skill he built his career on at Barcelona, Messi skipped past two Nashville players before curling the ball from outside the box into the top left corner. He looked 28 and in the form of his life again. Unfortunately for Nashville, Zimmerman was one of the players he dribbled past who probably wished he put a bit more behind his header only moments before. Commentators on Apple TV said players must get closer, must be sharper. But the level of opposition is irrelevant. No one is stopping his 37th goal in a final. It would have been no shame to lose a final to a Messi wonder goal. And Nashville could have easily lied down after Messi's curling shot hit the back of the net. But the Tennessee team came out fighting in the second half. They kept up their aggressive and attacking style, refusing to quit. And their strength in set pieces, which always looked like a threat in the second half, proved decisive. Hani Mukhtar's corner found its way via a flick-on to Fafa Picault, who headed the ball into the goal off Callendar. It's a cruel way to settle a game, but it's nothing new for Messi after he won the World Cup with Argentina on penalties. And it was Messi who stepped up first to calmly score and lead by example. Mukhtar for Nashville followed suit, as did Busquets. But Randall Leal of Nashville saw his effort saved by Callendar. Aloha had the chance to win it for Miami, but he fluffed his lines and his effort was denied by Elliot Panicco. The scoring continued by both teams until it got to the goalkeepers. Callendar did his job, but Panicco's effort was saved to hand Miami the title. Cruelly, it was Zimmerman who came closest to scoring before Messi's intervention. The USA defender had a header smartly saved by Callendar in the 13th minute, as Nashville looked to be growing in confidence while Miami, at the back at least, started nervously. But the Zimmerman chance seemed to be what Miami needed to be cajoled into life. Robert Taylor, the attacker who has looked to step up alongside Messi and lead this new era in Miami, cut in on his right and whipped a powerful strike toward the far corner that Panicco palmed away. Moments later, Messi showed him how it's done. Nashville's equalizer was the opposite of Messi's stunner, but nobody could have said they didn't see it coming. Miami failed to clear a corner in the 57th minute and Fafa Picault's header was deflected by Benjamin Cremaschi into goalkeeper Callendar and then over the line. The Lionel Messi traveling circus stopped in the Music City Saturday night, and fans who traveled long distances and paid big bucks to see the Argentine icon and his Inter Miami teammates play Nashville SC in the League's Cup final were treated to a thriller. Messi scored on a brilliant strike, his 10th goal in 7 games, and Inter Miami overcame its toughest test yet this tournament, surviving a dramatic 11-round penalty kick duel 10-9 to win its first trophy in team history. When it was all over, the jubilant pink-clad Miami players tossed Messi up in the air as thousands of Miami and Messi fans in the stadium celebrated. Where Messi has lifted the entire club since his arrival last month, and now it was his teammates' chance to lift him. Goalkeeper Drake Callendar also deserved to be feted, as he came up with several huge saves, including the game-winning save on Nashville keeper Elliot Panicco's attempt in the shootout. What happened tonight is amazing. This is for the city of Miami, for our fans after so many years of sacrifice, said Inter Miami managing owner Jorge Mas. This was a spectacular final. To see Lionel with that smile, all the guys how they are playing. This will be the first of many trophies for this team. Co-owner David Beckham, whose journey with this project began 9 years ago, was emotional in the tunnel after the trophy ceremony. It was a very special night, but it wasn't easy, Beckham said. Nashville put up an incredible fight, but it was our night. It's an emotional night. It's been a long journey for me, but a few years back I found the perfect partner to be on this journey with me, and that was the Mas family. I always knew there would be bumps in the road along the way, and there were too many, but this is a night we are going to enjoy. Asked if the team's turnaround in the past 5 weeks seems like a movie, Beckham smiled and said, "It does. Every time Leo scores one of these goals, every time Sergio Busquets, makes one of these passes, every time Jordi, Alba, makes one of these runs, people say, is it a fix? And that's the biggest compliment anyone can give these players. It is like a movie. You watch them play and everything about their play and mannerism is beautiful, and everything about them off the pitch beautiful, so it's emotional." With the victory, Inter Miami earns $2 million and an automatic berth in the round of 16 in the 2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup. For it to come down to that moment was crazy. It was definitely a first for me, Callendar said about converting Miami's final PK and then stopping Nashville's final attempt. For it to come down to PKs was exciting and something that you dream about as a kid, to be put in these moments to figure out what you're made of. The Miami players rejoiced as if they had won the World Cup. They came out of the locker room singing and drenched in champagne. Messi got a huge hug from Beckham, Jorge and Jose Mas, who paid for game tickets for 150 of the most ardent La Familia fans and chartered a flight for the team staff and players' families. The Geodis Park sellout crowd of 30,109 appeared to be about 3/4 yellow and 1/4 a mixture of Messi's pink and black Inter Miami shirts and his Argentina number 10 jersey. Saturday afternoon, large groups of Inter Miami fans could be seen strolling on Broadway in downtown Nashville, taking in the honky-tonk music. By nightfall, they were banging drums, chanting in Spanish and rocking the upper corner of the stadium. A Nepalese woman with Messi's face tattooed on her cheek spent $1,540 for 2 tickets to watch the man she said she loves more than her husband. An El Salvadoran man who lives in Arkansas celebrated his 28th birthday with a road trip to the game. A 24-year-old Venezuelan who lives in Doral spent $825 for a seat near the corner flag so he could get close to Messi, only to learn he would be prohibited from wearing a Messi shirt because his seat was in the Nashville supporters section. Hundreds of other fans drove overnight from South Florida for the occasion. They got to witness Messi's brilliance in the 24th minute of the game, when he somehow got around defender Walker Zimmerman's extended leg and angled himself to launch a rocket of a shot past 3 other defenders into a tiny space in the upper left corner as dumbfounded Nashville goalkeeper Elliot Panicco dove to no avail. Messi has scored in every game he has played in a Miami shirt. Nashville scored the equalizer in the 57th minute with a header off a corner kick from Fafa Picault, a Haitian-American who spent much of his youth in Miami. The game was everything Messi fans hoped it would be. Miami had a chance to win it in the closing minute of regulation, but Leo Campana missed on 2 shots after the Nashville keeper came way out. His second shot clanked off the post and sent the game into penalties. Nashville's Randall Leal missed the second PK, and Inter Miami's Victor Aloa missed the 5th. Fans explained with passion why they went to such lengths to see the Argentine star play on Saturday night. "It's my dream to see my hero play in a final, and I can't believe I am here," said Luis Doejo of Doral, who planned to wear a Messi jersey under his shirt despite sitting amongst Nashville fans. "My dad made me a Barca fan when I was 4, and you could see that Messi is just different. It doesn't feel like he's a human being. I don't want to say I'm his biggest fan because a lot of people probably feel that way, but it feels like I know him even though I have never been close to him or talked to him." Vidya Katwal, a Nepal native, spent $1,540 for 2 tickets, $10 to have Messi's face tattooed on her cheek, and drove 6 hours from Reynoldsburg, Ohio for the game. "Messi is my first love, and my husband is my second love, and he loves Messi more than me, as well. I am an Inter Miami fan now. Wherever Messi goes, that is my team." Kevin Peralta, 19, of Peekskill, New York, said, "Me and my friends said, if Messi makes it to the final, we're going. We spent $800 each for tickets, totally worth it." Before the game, NBA star and Nashville SC part owner Giannis Antetokounmpo walked onto the field and was booed by Inter Miami fans, who broke into a "Let's go Heat" chant. Giannis then leaped into the air and did Cristiano Ronaldo's shoe celebration, leading Miami fans to boo again and chant Messi, Messi. After the game ended, as fireworks filled the sky and Miami players stepped on the stage to get their trophies, those Messi chants rang out again. "Messi, Messi." He delivered. Again. Thank you for watching. Let us catch up later in another trending topic. We kindly encourage you to hit that subscribe button, like, and share.